What's up, it's Nez, and welcome back to Pyre, everyone! Last episode, we finally met the leader of the Nightwing, Sandalwood, and, well, at least we got a bit of his seal of approval. But now we shall continue our journey to the next area where we shall commence to write. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods, into the cold lands of the north, beyond which lies your next destination. The Slorian Shore. Volfred reveals this to be the one path through the woods into the north. Onwards we go, out of this dank forest, and into the cold north. Ooh. So snowy. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodial. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Doing what you want? Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Achieving inner peace. Freedom means having a clear conscience and having a carefree heart. Having no master. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Going where you please. Freedom means being able to go where your heart yearns, without restriction and without fear. To feel true love. Freedom means not having one's strongest feelings and emotions repressed or rebuffed. Living without fear. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Nothing at all. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase to give one's life a false sense of meaning. Remain silent. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. Okay. We're getting a bit philosophical here. Well, I don't really know. All of these seem like pretty good options. I mean, everyone can have their own definition of freedom. And there's no right or wrong among any of these. Let's remain silent. Your thoughts on freedom are your own. You hold Volfred's gaze, but you do not answer him. You feel the tension growing, but at last he breaks the silence on his own. So, freedom means you can defy me, is that it? Well, I suppose it does. Or perhaps you haven't spared the subject any real thought, or don't know what you think I wish to hear. No matter, I pose the question to get you to think. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge in one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. There's a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are still out there, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. This is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is we free each other from the downside through the rites, then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. You're plotting revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of it, nor is it my interest to coerce you. You may go on your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here like so many others. So, if any among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you are doing here, then speak now. Volfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not, but all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth, but together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. This is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask all of you to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Volfred turns towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said, and plot the wagon's northward path. To the Mur Pass we go! Volfred indicates this is the only way to reach the base of Mount Elodial. So not only are we going for our freedom, but also for our revolt. Things are getting more interesting. Beyond lies Mount Elodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, where we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Discuss the plan. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Tizo. Tizo, you are called by the book. I was beginning to wonder when you would return. Sandra, we ask for a scribe trial. You need not ask me twice. Simply verify which one of yours shall be the subject of my scrutiny. The little imp Tizo has been summoned. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let's bring him forth. Tizo soon appears and heeds of the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me then what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here in this ritual, it shall be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let's see how you fare. Come on, Tizo, I believe in you. There. At least we killed them off. Oh, shit! Nope, none for you. Take that. Come on, Tizo, come back. Oh no. I was trying to charge up. Oh no, he's gonna get it. Fuck. This is gonna be a tough battle, everyone. Okay, 1 point for Tizo. We need 3 more points. Oh, I just killed myself. No, he jumped over me. Okay, 1 more point. Yeah, you're not getting past me. He jumped over me. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. No! Oh, my stamina. My stamina's really low. Oh shit! There we go. 1 more point. Shit, Tizo! There we go. Victory for Lil Tizo! Tizo is excited to have completed Sandra's trial and awaits her approval. A worthwhile effort, Imp. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now farewell. Tizo is happy to be back and wonders what is it that Sandra gave you. You take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. You received Haoob's Wing. Tizo's flutter and zip abilities cost less stamina than usual. That is amazingly strong. Let's take it. Someone wants to talk to us. Hello there, Volfred, sir. There you are, my boy. There was something I wanted to discuss with you in private. Volfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... Oh, we don't know what it means to be a reader? Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this I sense is nascent still, mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet, your friends, and that explains a lot. What haven't they told me? Are they keeping secrets from their dear reader? They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. What? I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group. In light of this, the answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves, other than Tarek, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when we first met that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rite firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Volfred breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal, displaying that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, not for any one of us. Do you understand? Volfred indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. Say you understand. There is more at stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there is a way. You say you do not care. You have learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. Say nothing. If Volfred really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. We understand, but we're here for our friends. We're gonna get them free no matter what, even if it'll cost our freedom. You understand the words of warning, yet just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my boy. Then very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back to that Commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Well, if we can't get our freedom, we might as well help everyone get theirs. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. What are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodiel there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy passed through here, as your reader could attest, if he did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Scribe's Gate. It is said the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribe's Gate. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Afterwards, we'll reach the fall of Solium and meet our adversaries in the Rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know them when you see him. The Tempers, a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings. Ignarius, he is the notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the Rites. Both of you and they shall choose someone from their respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevail, their somebody will be whisked home to their commonwealth. Whisked home to their commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this, the same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets as well. So then, that's it? We climb the mountain, someone goes back and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that isn't at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Walfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You now have time for your vocations. At dawn you shall begin your ascent of Mount Alodial. Time for a vocation, mentor companion. Who shall we mentor today? Well, Pamitha's way lower level than everyone else in the group, so we should probably mentor her. Fine then, let us chat together for a spell. You and Pamitha go over her understanding of her aura, and its connection to her presence both physical and spiritual. The discussion proves informative. Level up! Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether or not you like it. Choose a mastery for Pamitha. While flying, Pamitha moves faster than usual. For 5 seconds after banishing an adversary, Pamitha moves 30% faster than usual. This one seems good. Swift flight. We all have auras all the time, I think. We just can't always see them. Time to continue our journey to Mount Alodial. Up the mountain we go, everyone. There's a giant statue that looks just like a demon. Here before you lies Mount Alodial, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather round again before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense attention in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who's first? Questions? Why us? Why you indeed, madame? That I can explain. You've been the sort you stand against as adversaries in the rites. What is it they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think of it, the Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those who live to redeem their transgressions. They have certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout the land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rites as you have seen are quite inclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Let's keep listening, this is very important. Your fellow exile's freedom seems to hinge on Volfred's plan. You ought to consider his every word. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he's willing to tell you at this point. You promise for further questions when Jodariel raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understand your plan, still I wish to know, why us? Why are we among all others chosen for this liberation rite? On a blooded moon at the fall of Solium, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple really, madame. You are chosen, you are qualified, I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. When the triumvirates they found stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on and passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom and deny it also to your adversaries. So the only way for the others in the downside can get their freedom is to either be the Nightwings or beat the Nightwings. Interesting, very, very interesting. Victory means nothing in the common right then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madame. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites, but these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all of this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Should we take the Emperor's Ascent or the Emperor's Fall? Zay believes the 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here. Pamitha expects some long-lost valuables to be stashed here. Let's get some blessings. The sublime beauty of Mount Elodial, along with the thin air this high above the sea, has been enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. Rookie? However, Say has been positively bursting with excitement. Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is, don't you? Tay seems not to share Say's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold. Aw, Tizo. You've been here before, Tizo, isn't that so? Why would you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I think I'd stay. Unless maybe I got too cold or hungry. Wait, is that? Something about her changes then. Wait, look, but Tizo, don't you see? Look, don't you see them there? Tizo seems to be exclaiming something in utter disbelief. You yourself see nothing, but Say rises almost off her feet as the imp looks on, astonished. Was that the scribes? It was! I know it was! They said something to me! They spoke to me! They told me we are welcome! That we're welcome here! Zay runs off to spread the word among all your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. Your companions gain +2 hope for the next rite. Should we go to the Temple High Road or the Temple Cistern? Hedwyn expressed a passing whim to see the view from here. Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters here. Sir Gilman doesn't like the cold, so let's give him a chance to seek some reprieval. At long last! The worm surges toward the water of the cistern. You decided to join him for a brief excursion there after another hard day's ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. This night, he thought he may never again feel fresh water's cool caress against his scales. He sighs, splashing about from time to time, then he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind. To take with you this wayward knight, he swears to prove himself to you and to the rest. He knows that soon now someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For is it you who ought to make the choice, is it not so? This knight, he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen please upon what little honor this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There's much anoting to be done. So when rises the occasion to decide who ought to go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish, and not even if you can. He begs of you, allow this knight that simple dignity. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves for you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman does not believe that he deserves his freedom yet. Consider his wish. We'll get your honor back, Sir Gilman, if it's the last thing I do. You and your companions gather at the Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone.